The goal of the GE Energy Innovation Summit is to answer the biggest energy challenge we face today. A new paradigm of resource production and consumption that's delivering value creation. We need minds. We need big minds with multidisciplinary backgrounds and experiential knowledge where they understand and comprehend the realities on the ground and help us create the future, invent the future. Why? Why all this? Because the energy challenge is not a small dilemma. Such is our aspirational goal. In the 21st century, the technology convergence is allowing us to start considering power generation's residuals as feedstock into new ways of creating energy. What a tremendous opportunity. To solve this challenge, we are bringing together over 600 years of diverse, professional, experiential backgrounds. These are great minds, and we are going to drive them through extreme thinking to generate ideas, then collect and collaborate their thoughts to drive out concepts. We began the first evening at the Grid IQ Experience Center. It's where GE Energy showcases the technologies it has in smart grid, but also what the future possibilities are for the energy consumer. GE Energy Innovation Summit is the brainchild of systems engineering, where we think in terms of system of systems. Dr. Dale McMullen started with the process of grounding the 600 years of professional and experiential knowledge. This was followed by diverging, and divergence to extremes.
Electricity takes the path of least resistance, right? You will generally associate the same kinds of ideas with the same kinds of results. Say, if I think the way I normally do, that's my gray area. And if I take that and I now expand it, I'm actually forcing my brain to think in a new direction, and I'm forcing a new pathway to be formed. And in that light, I can be innovative.
During the divergence exercises, the group collaboratively started to expand. They went places they would not go in their imagination independently, but because of the interdependency and the capability represented, they were able to go to extremes.
It certainly was interesting for me even to observe my own opinions, and that just kind of came off from the top of my head.
The exercise we went through tonight is called Innovation Through Extreme Thinking, and it basically applies the principles of extreme thinking, introducing polar opposites into how we think to drive our thoughts into directions that we haven't really explored before.
Tonight's exercise started to get some motivation about, kind of big problems in the world, energy, people, the haves, the have-nots. I think the hard work's going to be tomorrow.
Ideal for me is that individually each of the participants gets something out of this particular experience.
I think it went really, really well. They were very engaged and responsive and seemed very interested in the material and really seemed to enjoy the session overall.
We ended the night with our participants in an extreme state of thought process. The human mind does not stop thinking when it is given a problem it has not solved. The subconscious mind continues to work, and this was our intention, to send them to their beds so their subconscious minds would work on the complex challenge they were facing. And the following day, we were going to meet at South Face. South Face offered the environment which reinforced our aspirational goal. Day 2 of the GE Energy Innovation Summit started at 7:30 a.m. We brought the extreme thinking to converge. During this convergence, we were going to take ideas and turn them into concepts.
I think this exercise is taking us in a direction of looking at things in a way that we haven't looked at them before.
The great thing about this event is that we're taken outside of our normal kind of day-to-day task processes, assignments, and so forth, even vision for our own companies, to trust the process that GE Energy has put in place here to go diversion and then today conversion. And I think we're all excited to see what comes of it.
We made 3 groups from all the attendees and provided them the challenge of coming up with 2 concepts they believe could be taken forward. The folks did not know that they were going to be investing in these concepts. After 30 minutes, they returned. We asked them to provide us a representative to speak about the concept, try to sell it to the audience. Then we brought in money. You can invest in all of them, but you can't invest in more than 3. And we will pick out the one which has the most money in it to move forward 2 of them. Please go ahead. That was one of the ideas behind this, is the groups start to develop competition. So the pressure of time, introducing competition, and forcing them to think in terms of investment. Poker chips embody a certain level of risk. Take the risk in inventing the future. The voting resulted in 2 concepts emerging to the top. Let's just say shooting to the top. First one was energy not as a commodity, but energy as a value creator.
The solution that we came up would be to supply power or free power to those that don't have it today and make it a model that then extends to another group of individuals. And we're starting to think about customers that don't have power today or the have-nots and how we might be able to supply power to them, supplementing that business model through a 3rd leg of the stool in some kind of a new way.
The second concept was democratization of data on energy production and its use, driving higher accuracy decisions.
We're trying to look at ways to democratize the data that's involved in any sort of a difficult problem. And the question is, how do we get that data away from the advanced mathematicians and away from the people that have dealt with this kind of data in the past and get it directly to decision makers?
Once the 2 concepts were finalized, we started to move into accelerated business commercialization. If you have a concept and it's going to be transformed into a solution, then the concept can have various value propositions. Our solutions had many value propositions, so we worked on the what. But this what has to be for a who. Who are the people who are going to use the what? Because we as engineers want to jump to solving problems. But during accelerated business commercialization, we worked on looking at who the solution was going to be for. What is the value they are going to get out of it? And then we came back to how we will create the value propositions to be delivered to our customers and consumers.
What's really interesting here, this innovative process that's been introduced at this session has really taken a different approach to how to think about a problem, techniques of who the user is, what the action is, and what the outcome is.
We had strategically placed incredible speakers to not only disrupt the thought process, but also to inspire and bring in thoughts and ideas and realities from around the world. As the day progressed, the teams started to take ownership of their concepts, and there was passion behind it. There was competition behind it, because the teams wanted their concepts to win. The solutions were presented in a very unique fashion. Just one second. You will come up, you will select a solution you have been working through out the day, and you're going to look at what is the world of the end user, the consumer like, with the implementation of the solution you have been working with. You'll take 5 seconds to talk to each other about what solution you want to present, and then you will ad-lib for about 2 to 3 minutes. We asked attendees to describe to us what is GE Energy in the future. What does it look like when these solutions are put into place?
So GE has become the advocate for the consumer. We are on your side. We are the people who make you a better consumer.
Finally, we asked 2 attendees to describe to us what can possibly go wrong, things that we should be aware of as we move towards that future we have just created.
Things that we'll really need to be careful about in this opportunity is to pay attention to the partnerships, the public-private partnerships that are going to be critical in identifying the key technologies and providing the capital to the small companies to bring those technologies forward.
We had GE Energy's senior leadership in the trenches with the teams moving towards the solutions, providing insights and guidance. At the conclusion of the summit, Lou Cerrone, Advanced Technology Operations Leader, thanked the guests for their engagement and showed interest in continuing the Innovation Summit's work forward.
Going forward, we're going to take a couple of the ideas and figure out how we develop those a little bit more. We do have a process that helps us bring some of these ideas forward. So I think we're going to take those 2 thoughts, put a little bit of money around it, charter a group of folks, and have them go put some more meat around those bones.
Ideas, good. Ideas to concepts, great. Concepts to tangible solutions, nirvana. How do we do that? This was a significant differentiation between this Innovation Summit and any other Innovation Summit. And that is we took the concepts and we worked to see how can they be realized. What are the white spaces that we have to invent? And what does it take for us to deliver the value these solutions can bring? The most important thing was we, GE Energy, had an actionable path to the future in delivering these solutions. An ultimate win.
Innovation is a means to find things that are new.
Ways we would not have traditionally thought about.
To look at things in different ways.
Drive our thoughts into directions that we haven't really explored before.
But it's something that provides value and somebody's willing to pay for.